Hello and welcome to another Nikomedia tutorial. So today we will recreate this last picture I made. It was not on my plan to make it today, but I got so many requests to make it as next tutorial. And so I will do it. And yeah, we will start with the flower here. Then we make this stem here, then the roots. And last but and the floor is just a real displacement texture here, and I'm gonna show you how to set it up. And if you don't have a real displacement texture, you don't really have to have it, so you can put some stones or something else with a cloner on the floor or something. And yeah, and last but not least, we do these particles here. And I made the particles and the roots I made with X particles, but in this tutorial I want to make it with the normal emitter here, the particles, and the roots we will make with, I don't know, maybe with MoGraph or something, I mean with MoSpline version maybe, because I want that everyone can follow this tutorial, so no X particles, but in near future I will do some X particle tutorials too, so we'll see them later on. Yeah, so let's start with this, and of course I'll show you how to make this texture. It's not really a texture, you will see it, how this works. And yeah, then go a little to Photoshop, refine everything a little bit, and that's it. Yeah, so let's start with this flower here. With the flower we have more possibilities. We can use we can do it with cloth, so we can, but I think it's the easiest way is with a cone to make it, but I show you the other way with cloth too. But the original I made with cloth, and yeah, so first I want a square thing here, so creation not 20, so, and I want to work with GI. Good. The first is, my original was with cloth, as I said, so I took a disk here and gave more segments. Then I make it editable with C on the keyboard. Go in point mode, UL, and select the points where I want that the disk stays on, so where the disk is fixed. So this should be where the disk is fixed. Then I go to the simulation text and take a cloth, and here in the tracer I fix the points, you see, set. Now we have these violet points here, and when I press play, you see it's fixed. But we get this weird polygon thing here, and you can get rid of this with if you go to the iterations, let's say 10, then this should work, so looks much better, and less stiffness, no stiffness, and let's say 2%, okay, bounce 0, this is everything okay, that should work. And then we get this, okay, this wiggles a little too much, so go to the forces, and 5% drag should fix this. Okay, but you see here we have a ugly something here, and that means here you would have to delete the point here, and then this would work, but let's see. But as I said, I think it's easier with the cone. But let's try this for the moment. Set the points here, bring it down. Okay. Now we would have to work with a with a vertex map. So when I go to the select, set the vertex weight with 0% is okay, and here double click the vertex map, and I want to paint, want to add Now I have here my brush and I paint over the middle thing. So here. Now I go to the stiffness of the tag here. So for tag stiffness and drag in the vertex map, and that should do something. Oh, we lost our everything, I think, because let's see why this is like this. Yeah, this is it. I have because I have the vertex map now, and now we get this. We can go down with deflection a little bit. Okay, and then if I don't want these points here to go so far down, so I can go back and let's see, add here some things. Okay, you see we have this nice zigzag thing here, but, and so we have a nice flower here. But let's try the other way with the cone. So I delete this, but I like this way, but the cone is easier, I think. Let's go to the cone and go to -y. I don't want any caps, so okay. Then here I go to, let's say 20 to 120 or even more, something like that. Let's see, 170. Okay. And yes, and now I make it editable. See on the keyboard, Edge mode, UL, and now T for scale, and hold your control key so we can scale up and be extrude, something like that, and E, bring it a little down, and here you see we have a very even thing here, but we want here a zigzag do, so something like that. So I control click on the point mode. Now I have points. Go to my mesh tool, commands, and set point value. And here I go to crumble normal, and let's say 10 centimeters should be okay. And you see we have something nice here. And it's much faster than with the cloth thing, you see. Okay. I am happy with this so far. I think, at least. Yeah, I'm happy, but I want the axis down here. So go to my axis tool, axis center. I have it here, my toolbar, but you will find it under mesh, I think, or somewhere. Here is the axis center. Yeah, and I use it so randomly here. So here you find it too. And I go down here on the y-axis, auto update. Okay, nice. Because maybe it's a little too high or something. So if I scale now from this side, so as it stays on the floor, and I can scale from here. But I think it was okay. So let's put this on the floor. So whoops, here this small plugin drop to the floor. You will find in the description. This is a free plugin, and links, all links you will need, you will find in the description. And now let's make this a little more organic, this whole thing. So I go to my cone, and first I put it in a, I want a little thickness, so I put it in a simulate cloth. I hold my Alt key so the cloth will become parent to the cone, and I give it a little thickness. So -1, 2, 2 should be okay. And select the cloth and put this in a subdivision surface. So now we have this nice thing, NI for isopalm, so it looks nicer here. And now I select my cone here, go to the deformers here, and I want an FFD deformer. I hold my shift key so it becomes child of the cone, and because it's child of the cone, it automatically fits the whole shape here. Now in the point mode, whoops, and I drag this point a little down here, maybe a little back, something like that, and here this up a little bit, like this and this here. Maybe something like that. Okay. Sorry. And now let's hide this. And the shape is not so bad, but maybe the shape should go like this. And let's try it. For this, select the cone and another deformer, and I try here the bulge deformer. I shift click on it, but I bring it under the FFD deformer. And now let's see what we get here if we play with the strength. This is exactly what I want. Maybe I put it, make it a little higher here. Yeah, I think that looks nice. So we have a nice organic shape here. Let's make a fillet here. So yeah, okay, I'm happy with this. Hide it, and we have a nice flower here. And now I make a backup folder. So I have here a very small script. I wrote here a very small script. It just makes a null object and hides it and names it backup. Of course, link in the description. And I'll drag a copy of this cone. So control, drag it in the backup folder. Deactivate everything here. And here, the cone, I select it, and now current state to object. I have it here in my toolbar, but if you right click it and you have it somewhere here, current state to object, and now I can delete this original one with the deformers, and I have the same here. Now I can work with this. This is nice so far. We can continue with the stem. We should maybe we should save this. Save it and flower. And okay, good. So now I deselect everything. Go in my polygon mode. Let's make this a little smaller here. So UL. Okay. E for the move tool, and hold the control key and drag it a little down. T for scale and scale it down. So yeah, that's better. Now I control click on the shift click or click on the polygon mode. It doesn't matter. UL again. So here and here. And now I want to split this from the original cone. Split is UP on the keyboard, so UP. And this will be the stem. You see, we have the stem alone now. Put this in a null object, so everything what comes in this null object will be affected by the subdivision surface here. So the stem too. So if I click now on the subdivision surface, the stem will be affected too. Good, but for the moment I just need now just the stem. Hide it. I go in point mode MO for the slide tool. The slide tool, what the slide tool makes, I go to a point, select it, and I can slide it along the edge, so I don't destroy the whole shape. So I just go along the edge, so I make it here a little more organic, something like that. It's totally on you what you do here. So, and as I say every time, please show me your results on my Facebook group. Very rare people do this, but maybe it becomes better. So something like that. Okay. So nice. And now I bring this back. Gloss surface activated. Activate the subdivision surface, and now you see we have here a organic line, and I put the stem also in a gloss surface. So let's see here, this is the flower itself, and now I select the stem, simulate, and alt click on gloss surface. So this is the stem, and here I give a little thickness. 1, 2 should be okay. And you see we have now the stem covers nice the flower here. This is exactly what I want. But so we have to find a nice camera now. Let's see, I wanted something. I want the flower a little something like that. E for the move tool, move it up a little bit. So now I want the stem here outside in the floor. Let's put here just a disc to see where the floor is. Okay. Good. Go to my stem. I have selected this edge here, and now I can control click it and drag it down. R for rotation, rotate it a little bit. E, bring it down a little bit. R, oh maybe. Let's see, so maybe so, something like that. That is really not, you don't have to be here exact or something else, it's just however you want it. So, yeah. And one more, so now we are in the floor, that's okay. T for scale, I scale this whole thing now a little. So, E, double click on one, so this double click is a loop selection too. T for scale, scale it up, so, that, E, ET. Maybe something like that. Oops, no, this is not. Let's see what we get. That looks nice. Yeah, I think we have a nice stem here. And then we want something, camera angle like that maybe. We can change this later on a little bit, but so it looks not bad, I think. Okay, but for the stem I want to do a little more. So I hide the mesh, so NA hides the whole mesh. And I go to the stem here, and I want to make some detail here, because only with the texture it's better we have some details. So we can do it very simply. Go to the sculpt tool, take the brushes, I bring them out, so select my stem and take my knife here. The knife is maybe too big, a little smaller. With the middle mouse button, you can hold the middle mouse button and left and right changes the side, and up and down changes the pressure. So, and now I go with the knife and go make some detail inside. You see, just to get some nice. That makes a big difference. Believe me, that it makes some. It even looks now. You see it now. It looks better. If you do something too much, let's say you have here something like this, go to the smooth tool and then go down with the pressure here, 10 or something else, and go over it. So you see, you can fix this a little bit. So back to the knife. Pressure of 10 is enough here, so you. On the back side, normally you don't have to do it because nobody sees it, but let's go around. Sculpting is fun too, so why not? Oops, we don't need the disc here. So I think that's enough. At least for the tutorial it's enough now. Looks nice, yeah. Okay, save it. And again I search for a nice camera angle here, so something like this. And let's make a camera. Protection deck. So save it again, and now we are now we can make the roots. So the roots, I made it with as I said, with a circle spline, and created some particles from the circle spline that they go to the sides and follow the surface and also the floor, and a little turbulence, and that's it. But I want to make it with the easiest way here, and I think the mouse spline should work here. Didn't test it. I want the flower a little thicker. I think there shouldn't be a problem. So yeah, that looks better. Okay, and maybe the stem too. Let's see. Okay, and yeah, let's make some roots. For this, first I save. For this I go to the MoGraph module and take a mouse spline. So we have here a mouse spline out of the camera here. Don't want to see the camera. Okay, mouse spline is, I think, is long enough for the moment. And we put the mouse spline in the cloner. So go to, with the mouse spline selected, Alt click on the cloner. So activate the cloner, and I want to make it radial on the floor. No radius. And this should work so far. Good, I want more of them, of course. Let's see, so let's make 20. Maybe I could have a little longer, maybe. Simplify factor and give it 250 maybe. Yeah, we can change this later, no problem. And now I want to have some turbulence here. I don't want such, it looks very boring, such and I want this stem in the middle here, so E, move tool. I want to move it the word axis and bring it here. So something like this should work. Yeah, that looks better. Okay, here the world axis thing, so the coordinate system, it is with if you have it on, you see it's now on the world axis, it is straight, and so it's the axis of the object. Okay, let's bring the cloner down here. Prefer this, and I put the cloner in null object, so Alt G, because I want to work with the displace deformer here, and select my null object, go to the displacer, shift click on it, and I have the displacer in the null object, so the cloner is in the null object too, and so will be affected by the displacer. Go to the noise and let's see what we get. See, we have something here. Let's go to the mouse spline and object to line. Not bad, but not what I want. So displacer and make this a little bigger, of course, 500. But what we see here is, let's go to the, you see every root has the same displacement, and this is not what I want. I want to affect the displacer that affects the whole cloner. So I have to go to the displacer, and under the noise I have to go from texture to world, so it affects the whole world. And if I do this, you see we get something like this. And now this is what I want. Now we have to find a nice spot or something else, how the roots should look. And I want, no, this is too much. I want that some of the roots are intersect or overlap, so that it looks nicer. So let's play with the seed here. You see, if you play with the seed, we get some different. This looks nice, but I go in the camera so that yeah, this looks nice because we have here overlapping, but maybe we find a little better one. We can change this later on by ourselves. So, but for the moment, I wanna try to find a nice spot. Whoops. Or at least that they are close together. That is, then we can try another noise. Turbulence is maybe not the best one, but with less octaves. Let's play a little bit. Don't be impatient. But turbulence. Booyah. Oh yeah, this is the next problem. Let's fix this. You see, we have the middle, the center of these roots is now away, and this is what I don't want. So of course I don't want this. Maybe we have here a better noise where I can show it. Is it on the noise itself too? But I think not so. Yeah, but you see here it is the same. It's out of center. For this, go to the displacer, the fall off, take the spherical fall off and invert it. And now you see we have on the outside we have our displacement, the inside we have nothing. So we go to 100% here. Let's see it, what it does, and we can make it smaller, T for scale, and so something like that. Okay, so now we can be sure that we stay every time in center here. And let's continue playing with the roots. Maybe make it here a little stronger, and again, I think, yeah, that looks not bad. Yeah, I think no, this is too close together. That does not look bad, so I can fix it here, and then, yeah, here I can do something. Maybe bring this over this one, or this one, or this one. I just wanna have one overlapping so that that everybody sees that we have overlaps. But it should go better. Yeah, this is very nice. So here we have a nice overlapping. This is okay. This is a little too much here, but it doesn't matter. This we can fix here. Okay, save it. And what I want to do now is I want to make a sweep knob out of this, of course. So first I make this cloner editable. So I take the cloner and be sure that render instances is off. Yeah, is off. And normally we should be able to just make the follow. Edit optimize. Okay. That is not what I wanted. Okay. Go back to the cloner. This on the backside, was it? Okay. Yeah, what we can do is we can go to the cloner and put the cloner in a connect object. Alt G, so connect object. This changes the noise again, but I let it now like this and make this manual. And if I go to the connect object now and say current state to object, now I should have, yeah, now I have my spline. So I'm happy with these roots. Maybe I put everything in the backup folder, so maybe we need it later. Don't need the displacer anymore. Put the displacer in the backup folder too. And I don't need this null object. Aha, this is interesting. What's wrong now? Haha. It's so clever that I use the backups. Whoop, go outside here, G, displacer. Not with me. Go to the null object and say current state to object. And now it works. So now I can bring this whole null object and bring the null object in the backup folder. So, okay, happy. Roots, boing. Okay. So I know the camera is something like this, and now I want to make some overlaps. I go in the point mode and with the selected, we have a lot of points, so it should have done. What you can do, I let it now like this, but what you can do is, in the mouse spline, you have, in the simple, you have here the steps. There is 15 more than enough, so I forgot to change this. But now it's okay, I can work with this too, but it's not necessary to have so many subdivisions. So I did MI for the magnet tool, and I want just to affect X and Z and not the Y-axis. So I disable here the Y-axis, and so now I can change here the roots, you see. And now if I want to see make this smaller here. If you just want to change one spline here, what you can do is select it, and now the magnet tool works just on the selected points. So now I can go to this root here and can go over it, so something like that. Okay, maybe let's bring this one here too. So oops. This one, make it a little bigger, so come over here, yay. Ta-da. I love it. It's my fun, I love to play. So, now we have here some nice overlappings. Let's see that we're not on the point, so this should be enough. Okay, we have two nice overlappings here. We have here on the back side we have a lot, but here you can play with, if you want, but we won't see this. So, okay, next step is make a sweep knob. We need a circle over the root here, so over the root, so radius of 3 maybe, and 4 is okay. My default settings are here in uniform 8, but the normal is I think adaptive 5 degrees or so. But this is mine, and yeah, and we select the circle, alt click on the sweep, and bring the root in. And we have some roots here. First what I see is they're too small here, I want it a little bigger, 4 or even 5. And of course I don't want it here on the end. I don't need any caps here. Let's see if we can caps none, because I make them in the end scale to 0. Now I have some nice roots here. Maybe there are too many, but for the tutorial it's okay. So if you make this stem, you could make the stem very high poly, so you could make with the sculpting tool some lips over it, over each root and everything. So, but I don't think that we need it here, because this is a quite dark scene. So we could also make the sweep editable and sculpt it a little up here. And so there are so many possibilities. But if I show this, we wouldn't be ready today. Okay. Yeah, it would be nice to make here some a little bit. Let's see how we can do this. If I want to do this, so to the stem, I save it, and NH to bring, or NB to bring the back. So see, we have here quite not very many subdivisions. So what I could do is bring here, just for the moment, the thing in, so a subdivision surface in. Okay. And yeah, I could make this now a Cariceto object, and I have this subdivisions here. Yeah, let's make this so I can show you another thing too. I think this is not uninteresting. Okay, I'll get to the subdivisions. Maybe first, what I'll do first is I make some subdivisions here. Maybe one subdivision. So UB, let's play a little bit. Let's learn a little bit. Sometimes I learn more than you guys when I do my tutorials. So, and make MF for edge cut. And I think 2 edge cuts should be enough here. No n-gons. And I apply this. So, okay, nice. Now I put it in the subdivision surface. Okay. And on the subdivision surface, I say, yeah, in the default things, the subdivision in the editor is 2 and the renderer is 3. And if you make current state to object, it counts as it makes it with the render subdivision. So be careful. If you see just 2 subdivisions in the editor and you have 3 in the renderer, if you do the current state to object, it takes 3. So here you be careful, but I want 3, so for me it's okay. So current state to object and delete this guy here. Good so far. And now we can start to sculpt a little bit. Brushes and let's say maybe inflate here. 20-30 should be fine. Come on. Okay. You see what I mean? So we can do this. This looks much more realistic than the other side we don't see, I think, so we don't see this even, so. But now I've seen we have one problem. If I go to the oh no, it works, but not. But this is okay. This is not bad. So the problem here is now when we put on the subdivision surface here. We have a very, very high mesh now here. But it looks, of course, nice. NA. That looks good. Okay. But sometimes what I want to show you is sometimes you don't want to, you have something in the same folder like this. And let's say I bring in here a cube. I want to show you this. And I hide this stem and this here. So. And bring the cube in the same hierarchy here. Like so it is affected by the subdivision surface, you see. Maybe sometimes you have something in your group and you want that you want not that it's affected by the subdivision or something else. Here you have one tag. This is the stop tag. Here. And you see, we have here stop generators or stop deformers. The subdivision surface is a deformer, a generator. So when I stop the generator, it has no, it does not affect this, just this one. The other ones are still affected. So you see, the other ones are still affected, but not this one object here. So sometimes you need this. Maybe it's good to know that this the stop tag. Not many people use it. Okay, this was just for showing. Stem is now very high subdivision, but this is okay now. I don't know if it works with the close tag too. That one should work to the stop tag. Yeah, it works here too. So what I could do is here. I'm gonna make here one subdivision. No, that does nothing. Of course it does nothing. But okay, it would work here too. But I want it. But I knew, because I want to have some nice details, I knew that I have a very high mesh. But it's okay. We have just this one stem and not hundreds of them, so it's okay. Good. This now we wanna make something with the roots here. We don't want that they intersect, of course. Here the same. So let's make a floor now. It's not the finished floor, but so that we have something we can work with. So, and of course I want that the root goes one over it and here over it maybe. And here we can work with the magnet tool as well. So let's go to the, first I go to the sweep and I make the sweep X-ray. So boing, so I can see through. Now I select my root and go to the point mode, and now I see the spline under the sweep. This is exactly what I want, what I need here. So let's see what I can bring this over it. Now I select these points here. Go to the MI, to the magnet tool, make it of course much smaller in this case. And now I want to drag it just in the y-axis. So you can do it with the keys on the keyboard too. So when I hit X, you see, look at here, if I hit X, we can activate and deactivate the axis. So I don't want to move in the x-axis and then don't want to move in the z-axis. Now I just drag it up here. And so easy you can fix it here. That looks nice. And this small detail that it goes over it, exactly this is what people see and what people like. Let's deactivate the subdivision surface here for the moment. We need it just when we render. And here I put the other one. Wait, so this 3 here and bring it above. So, and to make it a little nicer, go to this roots object and go from linear to Bezier. We have a very nice smooth transition here. Okay, and this is exactly what looks really great. Then here we can do it as well. You can try it and make it, but sometimes first we have to deselect the points. But you see, you have to be careful that you don't take too many. So that's the reason I select just the points I want. Let's say here this one, these points here. So, and drag it up here. And you see here, this we shouldn't we have to bring the tangents in the right way. But before you do this here, you can go in the linear mode again, and then bring it up. Like that. A little higher here. And then we go back to the Bezier. Okay, not now, but if you wanna work with the tangents, to go in the come on, in the move tool. And here I can say again, just in the y-axis, and I drag this one, the y-axis, this one. Yeah, sometimes they react a little weird, but And we have a nice thing here. Can go a little down now. Okay. Bring my axis back there. And everything is nice. Save it. And now we can start with texturing this whole thing. We have a nice scene now. Let's bring in the subdivision surface. Okay, and looks nice so far. Save it. Okay. For the texturing, I didn't use really a texture here. What I used was just lights. And so I bring in a light and show you what I mean. So you start with the light and bring it down here. I like it doing this. So, and bring the light. I start with the first one here on the so something like this, and I want it inside the flower, of course. So, come on. Something like that should work. But if I say now render this, please, I get nothing. I get something, but nothing. Something like that. And this is not what I want. So what I want is, from the light, I want a volumetric light. So let's see what we get now. Let's deactivate the subdivision surface, maybe. Perhaps faster. Yep. Okay. And this is still not what I want. You see, this is not. I want a yellow light, of course, here. Oh, no, a violet light I want for this. And what I do is, we use more lights later, so I go to basic and activate icon color, so I see which light is which one. And now we start to texture our flower. So I make a new texture. I have here my textures, and these are from the Nikomedias Scene Rig, but you can do it with your own textures here, so it's no problem. These are just presets for materials. And you see the preset here is a diffuse material here in the reflectance channel with a color and a glossy. And the good one here is you can do everything just in one tab, so I don't have to go inside here. But we don't need, in this case, the diffuse here. I can deactivate the diffuse. Go to my subdivision surface here, go to the flower and put the cone. What I see is too much roughness, too much reflection. So I bring up the roughness here a little bit. Okay, name it flower. Okay, and now I go to the luminance channel. And in the luminance channel, I need the good old backlight shader. Done, and it looks like this. I see it comes a little through, but this is not what I want. 20%. Starts here, okay. That's okay, that's okay. Illumination 100. Go to my light, and I want the volumetric is okay, but I want it fall off of inverse square. Okay, but far not so much. So 50 maybe. Okay, now it starts to shine. And the visibility here, the outer distance, maybe the, let's say 80 or something, 803, 80. Okay, something like that. Let's try here another. No. Internal is okay. This is okay here. Maybe to multiply and 150. Yeah, it looks nice. Get a nice light here. So okay. And here on the floor, this is just now because we don't have any material on the floor, so we won't see the light later on, maybe. Maybe we won't see the light so much. But now I want to just make the flower. So now we could take another light, a second light. And go to light, I copy it. Make it, let's say, a yellow light, and bring it up here and maybe to the side here. See how nice this looks. This is nice. Then let's make a blue one maybe. So no, not really blue, so something like that. And bring it over to here. Let's see where it is. Okay. Nope, I want it. Okay, maybe here a little bigger, the visibility, 120. So we have here the shine. A little higher here maybe. Yeah, this is playing. I played a lot to find the right positions. But of course it makes fun too, so let's go here to 70. Yeah, better. Okay. And now maybe the back side degree. But this is okay for now. We have a nice shine here under it. Maybe too much. Yeah, better. Bring it more in front here. Okay, something like this, yeah. And now we want some details in this color and everything. We take all three lights and go to the noise. And here I want both. Look what we get now. And here, let's say I want wave with turbulence and brightness up to about 50 maybe. Okay. Love it. Contrast is enough, but maybe brightness is enough too here, but hard turbulence is nothing. Otherwise, no soft turbulence. I think the wave turbulence, I like the wave turbulence. Brightness 25. Okay. Here everything works fine. If it's too much noise for you, you can go down here with the octaves. See, it's a 0.1. 0.1 is not possible here. Okay. It's so great, soft turbulence. This looks not bad. Let's bring in the subdivision surface. It needs now a little bit because of the high poly here. But now it's okay. Yep. For the moment it's okay for me, but maybe a little brighter. We can do a lot, of course, in post work here in Photoshop. It's a little brighter, so let's see how that looks. Better, yeah. What I can do is I can go to the subdivisions of it and let's see here. Bring it to 2. Should be enough, yes. Okay, now we need we are not finished now, we can change the lights later on and everything. But when we have our particles, they shine too, so we can later on set everything so like we want it. Now let's make a material for the stem. So we NQ von NQ should bring of course, yeah. NQ is no material, but I don't want to see the lights in the editor for the moment. So that's okay. Or do I want to see the light in the editor? No, not now. Later on, yes, when I set it. We need a new material, so I'll make a new material here. This is the stem. And for the stem, I want a dark green to browns or something else, dark green to brown, yes. So what I take is a gradient, of course, and the gradient. First, I make it black and white. Put it on the stem here. And I see that does not really what I want. Good, so I go to the stem material. Huh? Why is your illuminance? Ah, was it the wrong material? This is the flower material. So bye-bye with turbulence. This one is the correct one. Stem on the stem. Yeah, this is the right one. Gradient. Okay. I will use here a cylindrical mapping. And right click on the tag and say fit to object. Here it is. Okay. I go to the stem. V. And you see in dark to bright. This is exactly what I want here. Darker brown to a green. So something like something like that. And here for the next update it will be, I forgot it for this update, but now I want here in the diffuse, this is the diffuse channel here, And here I want to make this multiply. This is okay, more I don't need here. And for the color I take a green color, so something like a darker green. And you see that I have green color, but it's multiplied with this gradient, so it's here darker and here lighter. Okay, let's go a little closer here. What I see is, of course, we have too much reflection and everything, so that looks better. Okay, I like this ellipse, this. And now I just want some more details here. The stem is a little too thick, I think. Yeah, that's better. And save. Don't forget to save sometimes. So go to the stem material and I want more details. So details. So I go to my bump channel and I make a gradient, I think. And to the gradient I have a preset here. This is 1:1. You can easily make it just you make this like so I'll show you how to make this. Clear it. Make a new gradient, and this is just take this and double the knots, double the knots, double the knots, double the knots, and don't forget on the end you have to distribute the knots, and that's it. So just so I did it. I have here lots of them, and it should be in the, I think but we don't see it here. But if we put this gradient in a layer, see, we see it here. And now we have a really nice detail here. And let's make some more detail. Put another noise here. And let's see. Let's make here dense or something else. Maybe smaller. Okay. And now I mix them. So I go here to the screen. And now I have screened it, so it looks nice. Maybe here you can say, okay, I want more or less of them. But I think it looks quite nice. Okay. This is my material here. And for the roots, I take this color here, so a quite dark green. Let's bring the sweep back to normal. So another thing. Plastic. This is the roots. Here I take there's a little here. A darker green, something like that. 50-50 about, so, and bring it on the sweep. Okay. Should be maybe a little darker, but this we can do later. So. And here again I want to have some details with bump, and so I go to my roots, bump, and do the same here. I go to my layer shader, make a gradient, gradient sometimes. Okay, load my thing here. I see it, that works great. And here the same, I put over it some another shader, noise, dense, small, here 10 maybe. You can stretch it, that's too much, but stretch it a little bit, so. And now we screen it, and we should have a nice thing here. Save it. Let's see what we get here. Okay, but the whole scene will be brighter later on. So we need something to reflect here in the scene. So what I do is I bring in my Nikomedias Scene Rig. So I delete this disk here and bring in the scene rig. This will be a white background now. Woof. But go with the scene rig. We don't need any light here in the rig, so light intensity down, because we have light enough in this scene. And the background will be very dark, so about 7. Okay, because I just want reflections here. This is from the scene rig, the reflections. Here there's something, the reflections here. This is the nice one. And let's make another, let's give it another HDRI. This is, we have here studio HDRI, but I want something nature like. So something like that. I don't think that's waterfall is one of my favorites. Yes, looks nice. Okay. So far, so good. And now we need a nice floor. For the floor, I simply take here a real displacement texture. And I do it like this. So I disable here my floor here. Could use the custom texture here and everything, but I want to show it so that you can simply follow. It's much easier to with the rig, of course, but and yeah, because here on the floor we have with the windows, wall and everything we could play, but this we do it next time. Now I just disable the floor here and make a plane. The plane get bigger, of course. 1000. You will see. 1000. So, and I need many subdivisions because we do use the displacement. 500 by 500. Save it. See how nice this looks here with the with the lapping, with the overlappings. I like it. Yeah, and now I make a real displacement texture. This is from the Nikomedias Scene Rig, from the ultimate version. This is the car paint and real displacement texture is in the ultimate version. But you can do it easy by yourself. You just make a new material and put everything in the right channel. So I go to my real displacement texture now. And the good one here is we have everything. So here's the color channel, displacement channel, glossy channel, roughness channel. I don't have to go inside and search every channel and. So this is much easier to work here. So first I need a texture here. I search for the texture, so I make a short break because I haven't opened my, I forgot to fire up my NAS. So I'm back in a second. So here am I with this texture I used in the original one. Yeah, this texture, of course, the project file, the patrons will get the project file, but I can't give you these textures because these are these are paid textures, so I can't give you these ones. Yep, but okay, so let's start. Go to the, this is the color channel, so I go to here and drag it in the color channel. Alright. Sometimes it works with drag and drop, sometimes not, so copy, make it like this, no problem. So I go to my, that's everything okay. Color 4K, no, not now, and I put it of course on my plane. Okay, I see here is something, and the next thing is the displacement. I need a displacement texture. Come on, I don't know where it is. So height, not depth here. So no, and I enable displacement. So for the moment I disable this subdivision surface here, so it renders a little faster, just to see what we get. If we get something. There is definitely something, but not what I want. But so let's go to cubic mapping and displacement in him, but much higher. Let's say 50. Oh, now we see there is something. But so right click, fit to object. Better. We have a nice floor here, here. This is nice. Okay. Now we see that the stone goes through this, the root goes through this stone. Of course, we could now bring the root a little back with the magnet tool and everything, but for the moment it's okay for me. But maybe it's a little too pixel, 50-50. And it's too high. And I don't want to see, yeah, we come later to the reflection and everything, but I don't want to see the end of the plane here, so the edges of the plane. What I do is, I go to the displacement texture here, and go to the alpha channel. No image alpha, and I need a gradient. Here, circular. And invert knots. I don't want it smaller. So everything what is white, I will see. But this is a problem with the 50-50 thing here, so I have to go back to 100. Let's see, we get, don't see the edges now here. Okay, maybe that's okay. So far, so good, but I'm not entirely happy with the floor. But doesn't matter. Let's bring in the other textures. So the reflection, strength, whoops, glossy. These are the reflections. I got because it's set over the texture here. is too much. Roughness. Gudung. And bump, enable bump, bring in bump. And now you normally don't need bump when you have normal, but I put everything inside. So this is too much reflection. Okay. Maybe still too much reflection. That's a nice one with the when you have the real displacement texture like this with the custom channel. You can very nice set everything up. So this is, but this is a little too big. Maybe we should use another texture because the original scene is a little smaller. It's not, I did it not so big, but anyway, it shouldn't be a problem. So let's go to the displacement here. Oh, what I forgot is subpolygon displacement. That makes it much better. Then we should see much more. Yeah, now we see much more details of the floor. And maybe 3. And a little higher now. And this needs, of course, calculating time and everything. No, not now. Okay, and it's better now. That's better. What can we do more? Yeah, of course, the particles, but maybe we could clone some stones on the floor, but this you can do by yourself. This is let's see if we make the plane a little smaller. Let's see, don't know, 600 by 600, and I don't need this many, 200 by 200 here. Then I have to play with the alpha channel again. That's not bad. And what I do, later I use depth of field 2, so it would, that looks better with. Yeah, with the smaller plane it looks better because the texture will be smaller and more detailed. But the roots and the stem are too shiny. Shiny, shine, shine. Yeah, the roots are too shiny. And the stem. That's better. Let's see how it looks if I make the displacement crazy high, so 100. I want to see what's going on here. It's better, I think. It looks more dirty and everything. So here we use the field. This is okay. And what now? Now the particles. Let's make some particles. Of course, I can't make it in the tutorials so exact like in the original, because I played almost with the. It's true. Honestly, I played almost a whole day on this flower until the flower was ready in the seed very fast. But until I found the right positions, the right settings, and everything, I played almost a day. Okay, this was a day off for me, so. Okay, and let's make some. What I see here is on the floor. I make it a little bigger. 700 to 700. So I can make the thing here a little bigger. Something like that. Okay. As I said, I made the particles in the original one is X particles, and very easy. So I just selected the inside of the flower and made particles out of this. So but we do it with an emitter. Let's find an emitter. Simulate particles, emitter. Hello emitter. Hello nickel. Alright, 90 degrees. Bring it up to somewhere like here. Whoop. Deeper scale it up a little bit. That should be okay, maybe. Bring it up more. So. Something like that. Then I want to emit 90. That should be okay. Let's see what we get. Okay. Give us more particles. 100. Okay. Maybe a little bigger the emitter, deep scale. And again, woo. Okay. Maybe even more. And we will see later. So, and I want a little turbulence. Simulate particles, turbulence. 100 and see what we get. Let's bring in some gravity. Gravity. Now it is whoops. Okay. Does not look bad. Maybe I make the deeper scale. Comes out here a little bit, but it shouldn't make a problem. Make it 5 and the scale 50. Okay. Simple, and let it play 100 frames. Okay, maybe more. somehow it's okay. Come back with the scale. Okay, and okay, now this is. Let's see how it looks. So okay, this so and let it be. And now I just clone little spheres on the emitter. So take a little sphere. Let's see, 0.5, and don't need more than 8 because I say render perfect, and so that's okay. Then I put it in a cloner, and I clone an object, and the object is the emitter. Going. And let's see what we get. See, we have some spheres. We have spheres on our thing. And let's see. But I don't know the gravities to. More. Oh no, that is okay. That is okay. Yeah, it doesn't matter. So the cloner is on. So tick, tick. We should see spheres on the cloner. Yeah, the spheres are here. Let's bring in some material. Here I take just a diffuse material. So this is nothing that has nothing here. This is just a diffuse material with nothing about the color. But I don't even need the color. I want luminance. And in the luminance channel, I go to effects and variation shader. So you see, we get variation of colors. But I don't want these colors. I want my own colors. So I go load a preset. Full colors. Nice. So I don't want randomness. I want the colors from the gradient here. So gradient blend 100%. We see here now the colors of the gradient. And I don't want to normal, I want to replace it. So full colors. And if we render this now, I think we don't see it in the preview. Do we see it in the preview? Oh, we see it in the preview. Maybe the spheres are too small. And that's better. And I deactivate the displacement for the moment because it renders faster without displacement. You see, it renders much faster. And what I want here, normally I don't use a glow effect here because the glow effect is normally not really good. But for such small objects, it works not bad. So go to glow. But the glow is, we can do it here, is a post effect. So it, so the radius, that means it at first renders the picture and then adds the glow. So the radius, I don't want it so big, I want just, let's say 2. That means for me, I have to go to here. The low giant, not progressive, I need a fixed. And make it to 1 for the moment. And let's see what we get. So that's not really what I like. Let's go to multiply 200. The glow does not really much here. I do not really see a glow here. Color is okay. Object glow here is okay. Why does it not glow like I want it? Alright, let's. Oh, no, that's not. Auto strength. Let's go to 1000. Maybe it does something. Let's go to 50 here. Let's see what. It does nothing. Why does it nothing? It should do something. It's okay, that's okay. This is too much. I wanted 5 and here auto string 500 is more than enough. There has to be something different. There is something wrong. Wrong. Go now to 1000 here. Let's see what this does. I am so stupid, man. I am so stupid. How it would be if I give the texture on the sphere or on the cloner. Maybe this would be a thing what could work, and look what we get. Oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man. Sorry guys. You hear it, maybe I'm a little sick, so maybe let's say that this is the illness. So I made this fuse a little smaller. Yeah, that looks much better. I tell you, it's not easy. Yeah, that looks not bad. But maybe not so up. Maybe that good. We can do this in Photoshop with. But maybe I want again a little bigger. Oh, that's too big. 0.68. So 68 is my year of birth, so that's okay. Oh, that's too big. Let's stay with 0.5. That's nice, that's nice, that's nice. This is nice. What's next? Let's bring in a glow effect in the render setting. An additional glow effect. I take this glow here and I use it, of course. And let's see if we get a. Normally I should give now a compositing tag, but I'm not entirely sure if I need it. Let's see. This is interesting. This is interesting. With the glow effect I have less glow on the particles, but that's not bad. That's not bad. Object ID, let's see if we can use the cloner for it. So I go to the compositing tag, object buffer, object ID, and 1, and let's see what this does now. Not much different, so I do not really need it, but let's see, intensity 100, let's see what it does. Because sometimes I got a really, that's not bad, a really nice bloom effect, and then yeah, you see, this is the bloom effect I said. This is a great effect. You can mix it then in Photoshop. You can make one with bloom and one without bloom, and then mix it in Photoshop. I think I will do it with this. I like this. So now I activate subdivision surface. Here I have a small plugin. This is disable subdivision surface. So if you click on it, you will see it. Oopsie. We have now come in. Camera. Now the subdivision surface is activated. It looks so. If now it's activated, if you click on it, it deactivates every subdivision surface in the scene, and if you alt click on it, it activates all, or control click. Control click, okay. Control click activates everything, and alt click and normal click deactivates. Control click. So there's many particles. But it's okay for me. So, camera, and okay, we activated the subdivision, and I want to activate displacement. And now let's see what we get now. I have just one machine now running, so I don't know team render, no nothing. And I think we have a nice thing. Maybe the floor is a little too at the moment, a little too, you know. Let's make the lights 110. Let's see what we get now. Yeah, that looks better. Okay. Yeah, that's better way. Now, as I said, there are so many things now you can set up. So I want for instance, I want the yellow light a little more outside here. Let's see how this looks in the render region to the yellow light, so I don't have to render everything every time. Okay. And I can deactivate the subdivision surfaces and the displacement. So, and I want the light even more on this side. Or maybe a little bigger here. Yeah, that I like more because I want to see the light here on the side a little bit. Okay. And visibility. That's okay for me. Let's see then. Whole light thing. I think that's nice, but maybe we can do something more with the noise. Contrast, let's contrast to 150 maybe. Less, 80. Ah, it looks mysterious. Yeah, it's not bad. I think I like this. Maybe 90. You see, we have almost real-time feedback here. And maybe more octaves for. Yeah, that's much better. That's much better. Yellow light, a little back here. So. A little up. Up. Okay, yeah, that's it. And now, let's see here. Let's make the stem a little brighter here. So that we see a little color of the stem, yeah. I think that's better. Okay, what I try now is I try some nice render, and I'm back in a second, of course. So don't forget to save. Oh, it's almost 2 hours. Yeah, I knew that this will be a little longer tutorial, but I'm back in a second. So, and during I rendered this, I have seen we forgot something. Okay, I forgot something. And this nice stripes here inside. Let's make this, because, I mean, you see we get a nice picture here. This is, and now let's go. Yes, I want to stop it. And this stripes for the flower here, we do the same like we did on the stem and on the roots. We bring in inside this flower. And let's deactivate the subdivision surfaces. Let's deactivate the real displacement texture. So yeah, just bump in the gradient in the bump channel. So go to the flower. Hello bump channel. So, and gradient. Load my gradient. Black and white gradient. And again, this weird thing that when I put it in a layer, everything should work normally, huh? Oh, how it's good. Nice. But let's see, maybe we do instead of the, I'll try noise instead of the gradient. And just stretch the noise. and make it here 5. That's not really what I want. Oopsie, 10. But I want it, you know, this is not the right mapping, so let's go to the cone, to the texturing, and let's try here is cylindrical mapping too, and fit object. It is not really what I want. So far so good, but let's see how the texture looks. So I go to my texture tag here. That looks not wrong. So I want to, here is everything okay. I want to, I have to go in the axis mode now. I can change the whole thing. That should work normally. I will bring this, copy this texture here and the one bump and bring it to the luminance. And I don't know, that's to the color channel maybe, paste it. I just want to see it in the preview, so yeah. In the preview it looks great, in the preview it looks nice. Here, at least in the inside. Let's go to the cone. Whoops, select all the... Oh. This is everything okay, the normals are okay, but it doesn't matter here something. Well, let's see how we can do this. We will find a way, of course. Let's go out of here, go back to luminance, back to fog. Not fog, oh, fog. What's with fog? Wait. Fog looks nice here. A little too much, but maybe we mix it a little bit. Something. These are the times I love when I work with Cinema 4D. Just when I do something coincidentally or accidentally. It's nice with the fog. How does it look on the floor? Maybe you like it with the fog too. So, but I really waiting for results when you post results. I love to see what you guys do. And don't just copy it. This is... Look, this is a nice shine with the fog. This is great. Not a little too much, of course, but something to think about. So, bump. And this is, of course, the wrong bump. So, maybe we can use another. I'm not entirely sure why cylindrical should work here. Let's take a spherical one. The same. I'm on the right one. Flower cone. Yes, I'm on the right one. UV mapping. It's strange. What's when I put in gradient now and take my gradient. Gradient is correct. So what I do now is make it again. So now I do it. Double the knots here again. Double the knots again. And now distribute the knots. Okay. Of course here I go to 5 maybe. But this should work with the noise too, so put this in a layer. Of course, what you could do, you could make here a very high, again, a very high mesh, high dense mesh, and sculpt your things. And of course, this would look much better if you sculpt it. But for this I don't have the time. There's simply no time. So let's see. Little noise does not disturb. So, but I want to test here the noise with 20, and then I want to stretch it. Maybe I stretch it in the wrong direction, or 5,000. Maybe I stretch it in the wrong direction. So 100. And here 1,000. No, but let's go to UV2D. Okay. Okay. Now it is. Here it is. Look at this nice, like a flame. That is too much. So 500 should be okay here. And maybe here to 22. Yes, 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 yes. How nice is that? I don't think we need this gradient, but we can mix it if we want. Screen it. See what we get. Ah, yeah, that looks nice. We have much more detail in this whole thing. Oh, 10 is, or maybe 15. I think 15 is too much. I don't know. Maybe we have to see this with a higher render. So okay. And what I did as well is Shift F6. What I did as well is I rotated the floor, the plane. You see, now we have here much more things, also much more dirt and something else. Okay. Let's bring, and I want depth of field. Don't forget depth of field. So I go to my camera and I just put here. Normally I use a null object or something else to set the focus point, but here I just take this arrow and click somewhere like this should be the, or here somewhere. So now we have this distance here, and we try it with an 1 here. And of course now we have to activate the physical thing. We have to activate depth of field. I do it everywhere so I don't forget it. Okay. Good. So make a middle render now. And let's see what we get now. So I'm back in a second. So this is a render on the middle settings. So I just want to see it, the depth of field, and this is exactly what I want. Here in the front you see it a little bit, not too much. And then the back side, and here we have wonderful colors here. But what I want to try now is, maybe this is a little too saturated, and here I want a little more. But we can do this in Photoshop as well, or even when you go here to the filter and go up a little with the contrast, you see you get very nice things. But I do now want to change this a little bit and here a little bit, and then I make a high render. So, but we are almost ready. Maybe I will go to Photoshop and make some changes in Photoshop too. But we are almost ready, and I say it now before people go and say, okay, we are almost ready. Please read the description. You will find everything there. I'd say the same to finish too, but you will find everything you need there, and you find a donation link there if you want to donate, and you find a link to my Patreon site. And yeah, some Patreons asked me to make this first, this tutorial, and this was a reason, an additional reason that I made this first, this tutorial. And I want E for moving. I want to move this, and maybe make it a little bigger here. So let's see what we get. Oh, I'm on the middle GI. I want to low GI is enough here. Here a little more maybe. Yeah, it's more yellow now. And I recommend to, what I recommend is to don't, if you're not really satisfied with your result, don't post it. Or of course you can post it, there's no problem if you post it, but sometimes, at least I know it from my beginning, I was so proud of my work, and I want to post it, I want to show it. And next time, next day I have seen it and said, this I could do better, this I could do better. And I was angry about me, about myself, that I posted it already. So you cannot later, and if you post it again and again and again, I improved, then your picture will become boring, so nobody looks at it. So really, when you do it, sometimes it's better to post it on next day and have a second look before you post it. And if you're really satisfied, then post it. But of course, for me, it's I watch every pictures, and for me it doesn't matter if I post it 1,000 times. I will watch it 1,000 times. It doesn't matter. But it's better to be a little patient. But I know it's not easy, this is, of course. Even as beginner, when you're a beginner, you want to show everything. And this, of course you want to show everything, you can be proud. So now I am almost happy. But this is a tutorial, so I don't want to make here hours and hours for just setting up or everything. You could make a fourth light here for the background, maybe. Let's try to make a fourth light here. So, and a green one maybe. Make a green light here, and bring the green light to the back side here. So somewhere like here. You see the green light now here? A little to the side here. It looks nice. Maybe a little bigger here. Okay. Well, sometimes it's a little difficult to find the right light and the right things, but yes, something like this. That's a green light and blue light and yellow light and everyone. Nice, nice, nice. I save it. So I have now everything, I think. This hard thing, this hard light are away. Here I have more yellow. This is nice. I activated the displacement. Is okay here. Everything. We have here some very nice glowings. They're a little hard, but this is from the renderer. We can make this in Photoshop a little softer. But it will be softer with the higher render, of course. We have here the preview render, so. But it looks like bokeh. This is nice. Okay, now I'm making last render, and then let's go to Photoshop a little bit, and whoa, and then we are ready. So I pause it, and we will see us again. So we are back, and we got something like this, and. As so often, I like that there is the tutorial result almost more than my original one. I think it's very nice. It's really great. And yeah, we have everything we need. We have nice colors, we have nice particles, we have, you see here the bokeh effect. I don't have it in the original one. This is very nice. I like it. Okay, so let's save this. I saved this as PSD 16-bit. PSD 16-bit. Okay. So, and save it under my temp here. Flower PSD. So, okay, let's go to Photoshop. Whoop. And bring in the flower PSD. And let's see what we can do. So first I Control J, I copied the original one, so I have my backup. You see this nice bokeh effect. This is great. And first thing I try is do something with the camera raw. So I make a smart object out of this. I have a shortcut for the smart object, but you can go right click and something like here, convert to smart object. And so I can change the filter every time. And with Control Shift A, you go to the camera raw filter, which opens on a different monitor. That's nice. However, come on, I have to buy another monitor for tutorial monitor, just for tutorials, and not every time just go down with the resolution to 1080p. Come on, this is so Is this yeah, I have to buy another monitor. Maybe you want to donate and help me buying another monitor. That doesn't matter now. What's wrong here? Yeah, I wanna cancel here. I think we have here a problem. Preferences, interface, and yeah, here is the scaling. So I'm back in a second. I just start new. Or I can do it so too, so don't have to break this now. Why should I? So Photoshop. And let's see what. Well, come on. No. So now try the same again. Flower PSD. Make a copy of this one. So smart object. Control Shift A. Yes. So now we have what I want. First thing is I try the clarity. And here we have. It's great. It's really, really. Look at this nice bokeh effect. Here, everything is okay. Maybe the green here is a little grainy, but we can change this. Here, look at the blue color here. It's the vibrance here. So now that's the reason I save it with 16-bit. You have much more possibilities with the colors and everything. You can save it in 32 bits, but then the camera roll does not work. It works just in 16-bit. So nice. Okay. Look at the difference. Now I'm making another smart object out of this. So, whoops. And now I go to my Nik collection. So you will find the link in the description. It's free. And here, this is from another tutorial from my original picture. But I want to see the detail extractor. But this is too much here, I think. Yeah, this is too much. We don't need a detail extractor. It looks like this. Looks nice like this. We can try a little to play with the color, the contrasts, and something else. Yeah. I like the bloom here. Maybe a little. Okay, another filter. This filter is available in English too. So darken, lighten, center. I could try. Just make something like a vignette. Looks nice here. Oh, that looks. It's so nice colors here. It's much better than my original one. So gradiated natural density makes it darker from above. So, but it takes us away some. But I can bring this light up here. So the vertical, slight vertical or something, as you see what it does. So something like that. Okay. And sometimes I play with the Pro contrast. Oh, but I think here we are. I think we don't need it here. Well, maybe a little brighter on everything. Okay. Nice. And now I want to go bring away this grain here on the. I make a copy now. I Control J, and make now a smart object again. Control Shift A for the raw filter, and I go to my luminance noise reduction. So I want to reduce the noise here. So see, now we have almost no grain anymore. So little grain is not bad here. So something like that. Okay, but I don't want it on the whole picture, so I invert the mask here. So with Control I invert the mask, so you see the filter is away. But now I can go to, I take a white color brush, so brush with white color in the foreground. Get smaller, and now everywhere where I paint over, you see it gets the noise will be less. I don't want to have it totally, but we can put something like that. Okay, and I want to bring it somewhere in again. So with X I can change the black for the foreground and background. X, and bring it a little back here. So I have a little darkness, so something like that. Okay. It's green, it's still green, but it's not bad if it's grainy. Why not? Let's see, maybe we can play with the smudge tool. Oh, the blur tool, so, but I'm not sure it does work on the... I'll make a copy here, J, and rasterize it. This is Control Shift Alt E, R, Control Shift Alt R is rasterize. And here I should be able to, and here it works, you see. So, but this was too much, so I just strength. You have here the strength, and if you click, if you go to your numpad on the keyboard, and if 2 is, for example, is 20%, 3 is 30%, 4 is 40%. So just a little bit. So that's a little better. So then I want some dark stripes in here, so I go to the not to do this much. I go to the burn tool and make it darker here. Some make it 100. So no, make some dark stripes here. Just a little detail, so something like that. Okay, yeah, looks good. Okay, and I would say we are already done. But if you don't like the sharp thing here, so that it goes, you can try it here with the. It's a lot of work, of course. With the blur tool too, you can go over with the blur tool, and you can blur this. You see, so then, but it's better to blur the. So maybe we could blur the picture. Let's make another copy, Control J, and I go to make a smart object out of it and go to the blur filter, Gaussian blur. That's maybe a little too much. Okay. Screen. Yeah, I love this bokeh effect here. Let's go through. Sometimes I don't know what's really the thing does, but no, I don't need this. I don't need this for the tutorial to make this more, you know what I mean, to make it blurred. You can do it, maybe it helps if we went with if we have a blur tool and go over the whole thing here, so maybe on back. Let's do this on a different layer. Control J, make another layer. So and now why not? Or we can try something else. We can just out some with the dehaze. This is one thing you can make with dehaze, a nice bloom too, and then copy it so that or bring it in together. So this looks nice too, but you can play here. That's the 2.5 hours. But I think you can do this by your own now. Maybe a little vignette. Okay. I'm happy with it. So it's really a nice thing. And as I said, if you don't want this, so J and rasterize. If you don't want, so I go to 50%. And go over. You see, you can make this your own. So that's a little too much, but go back. But you could make this in the render, in the close setting. Just don't make it so far. So I think we've been at. Don't know how far we have been. Here the Luminant, no, the close channel here. 10 centimeter. Here is enough. 5 centimeter would be enough here. So, but you see, we get a nice. So this was the beginning, and we did this out of it. And I think we can really be happy. I love these colors. They are so nice here. It's much better than in the original one. Much better. Okay, save it. Good, this is it for today, and I hope you liked it. It was a little longer tutorial. I thought it will be longer, but not 2.5 hours. But you see, this is with the whole settings. I always get lost in my settings. And no, little this. Yeah, the Patreons can download the project file from the Patreon site. So patrons from above €5. So. And yeah, with the Patreons, as I said, you can wait till you want 50 project files and pay €5 for the month. Download your 50 project files and quit the Patreon. But that's not the way it should work. But I want to tell you that I know that this way is possible too. Not that people think this stupid guy would do it. I know that is possible. Good. Yeah, and for the plugins, you will find everything in the description. Please read the descriptions. And I would be really happy if you post your result on my Facebook group. And yeah, link in the description, as I told you. And I would love to some donations. As I said, I need I have here 3 monitors and a big TV on over me, so for just for previews and everything. But I need a normal, because it's not a really good work here to make an 32 inch 2160p monitor and bring it down to 1080p. This is nothing. Yeah, maybe you wanna help me to buy a new monitor. That would be nice. Yeah, the next tutorial, I can't say when it comes, but I promise you guys, I know it was longer now than the last tutorial, was about 1.5 weeks or something else, but I have to work too, of course, and I'm not a skinny guy, so every time I'm hungry, and that costs money. Okay, so I wish you a wonderful day, evening, night. Here it's evening, and hopefully see you in the next tutorial. And let me know what you think about this tutorial. If you have questions, just ask. If you have requests, just request. If you have complaints, just complain. So yeah, thanks a lot. And is something more? Not really more. So yeah, okay. Have a nice day, and I wish you all the best. And now, tschüss und baba.